Yes, crazy stuff. Yes, it's that crazy Friday feeling. Have to excuse me. I'm kind of sick. Yes, you get that sort of virus that it kind of hits you. And then you feel okay, you could run a marathon. Then it hits you again. Yes, but it's okay. So I'm in the little gap between crap and crap. But now on the marathon. Yes, I'm not going to run a marathon. I'm going to hear to tell you about that Friday feeling. Yes, that Friday feeling. I'm still smiling like a Cheshire cat. The A Certificate. Yes, I passed. Finally, after all this time, journey of journeys, and you've been here with me. Mwah, I love you all. Look at this perfect specimen of an A Certificate. Yes, it's the JPEG at the moment. I'm waiting for the lovely BMFA, British Modelling Flying Association, to send me a nice little paper one to stick up in the hangar. But yes, finally, after all this time, can you believe it? Crazy times, crazy times. I mean, when you think it all began with Keith Miller. Here's a picture of Keith Miller. He now obviously flies more his scale aeroplanes, and obviously he's, well, not obviously, but he's a nice DJ, radio DJ at the local hospital in Reading in the UK. But he started it all. Keith started it all. He let me down the field. He started buddy boxing me with the Watt 4, then went on with the fantastic Max Thrust Riot, which is a fantastic plane to fly if you're learning. So Watt 4, Max Thrust Riot, your first foamies any day. Get onto them and fly with someone. They are perfect to start flying with. Obviously, you know, I can never know, is the CALMATO? What? Tomato? Get onto that one anyway, on your wooden one, if you, or the Max Thrust Professional Balsa. I love balsa planes. But that all started with Keith, which was fantastic. And then, of course, we met Paul Heckles. Yes, Paul Heckles, and we've done some severe training with Paul Heckles with my, I've forgotten what the plane was now. Boomerang, yes, the Boomerang. The lovely wooden Boomerang that wanted to become back part of where its roots were, because it was balsa, which is wood. Yes, and it wanted to be a part of the what do they call it? Yes, the Tree of Doom. Yes, I was hoping to have a lot more footage to show you, and this is a bit of an epic, because it is a great time for me passing my A Cert. But I've been too busy and too ill of late, so hey ho. But there's lots of people that already know about my A Cert who follow me on Facebook, on the dadsrchangar Facebook page. You already know that I've passed my A Certificate, but for the rest of you, here it is, and yeah, I've passed. Finally, the journey. And now I can start getting these bad boys in the sky. But yes, Paul Heckles. Now there's a couple of bits of footage that just, it makes me smile. Basically when I lost the run cam of my plane and we had to find it. And just Paul Heckles being a hero as he is. So let's watch this minute.
No!
Alright, what we're doing at the moment is we're looking for the run cam. Yes, it fell off the plane. So we're in the Paul Heckles recovery truck. There's Paul driving. Hello, Paul. We're on the recovery truck, trying to look for something that's about that big, orange, in this lovely field. As you can see, there's a lot of field. You know, this is when you find out how far you fly out. Okay, we're still doing it. We're in the retrieval vehicle with Paul. We've covered most of the farmyards and not one bit of orange. You'd think that being really orange. We got stuck once, yes. There's a big boulder. We don't want to go over big boulders. Every time you see this bit of like orange, it's a stone. It's not, it's just a stone. Keep looking. You see it? I can't, I don't know how to turn this, but hang on. Right, hang on, so this is the, hang on, look at this. We've got to get across there, but if you can see it, yeah, I can see it. Hang on, I think I spotted it, yeah. Can you believe it? I can see it now. As long as Paul doesn't go down one of them ditches, we're going to be alright. Is the undercarriage with it? Is it still on? Is it still lit up? Well done, Paul.
It landed back right, so the camera lens is still clean.
Wow. That is awesome.
My feet have gone about £2 heavier.
I can't believe you found that. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Haggle's not only a great pilot. No, that would have been funny, I'm sorry, but it would have been. Look at that, there it is.
Oh, a little bit of mud.
Is it still on?
Sticky pads, not sticky.
I think it's depowered, but won't get.
So Chris, just to recap, when wings look like this, that's dihedral. Aerobatic planes tend to have no dihedral whatsoever. Mainly found in jets, anhedral, so the aircraft is unstable. This is stable, unstable, and then polyhedral is maybe 2 curves of dihedral, which you mainly find in efficient gliders. Dihedral, anhedral, polyhedral.
Cheers, Paul!
And the bit in the middle,
go on.
the bit in the middle that sometimes join the 2 wings to give us the angle of dihedral is called the dihedral brace. Wing joiner or the dihedral brace to give us those dihedral angles.
Your hero. There you go, the great dihedral. Paul Heckles. We'll be seeing more Paul Heckles eventually down his field. At the moment, since I passed my A certificate last weekend, wow, it's got a week already. It's been nothing but rain and high winds in the UK coming towards the end of August. I think it's about the 20th something of August 2024. But yeah, I mean, we'll be back down with George at that field as well, flying, which I'm going to be about part of from the 1st of September, which is fantastic news. But then obviously, you know, here is a picture of Mr. David, or should I say Dr. David Owens now. I've got to say a big thanks to David, because he's been with me, he's been geeing me on, and obviously using his wireless footage and really sort of like trying to relax me and just get me out there for some fun. And we've had some great fun. I mean, I could list the amount of movies and maybe I should do, but there's so many of where we had some good times, and I'm sure there's good times ahead as well. So thank you, huge thanks to David as well. And then of course we're back down to George. Yes, you remember George?
Am I actually going to get it slow enough? And then the next time you look at the wind's come from that's downhill into the wind. I'm not doing that. I'm staying in the car. But yeah, there's 100 reasons how it's slow. Whereas in the 60 foot, you get it out of the car, you've got 2 other feet, you knob it, and you bomb around, and if you need to get out of the car,
I'll take that. That's paying more than you. Yes, good old George from 4max. Was it 4-max.co.uk? If you're in the UK, then you can get all your essentials for him. And he basically took me places I didn't want to go. You know, such as Dead Sticks and Figure of Eights, which since I left Paul Heckles, you know, I was still a bit, you know, but not flown for a while. The planets hadn't aligned, as you know, if you've been following my journey. And within a short space of time, especially as we got down there in the evenings, which was fantastic, because obviously it's just, you find it was calmer weather, and you know, we get all that work out of the way, and yes, get down there and have some fun. Oh yes, and we did indeed. And yeah, he took me, and then he said, Chris, I'll book you in for your A test. You know, I think you're ready. And he's seen some of the videos. You know, he basically said, you know, Chris is better than he lets on. Obviously, I'm just punishing myself all the time. What he neglected to tell me, it was also the barbecue day for the club. Yes, so that I drove to the club, and my stomach was churning from the night before. It really was. I was so worried and scared. I was shaking and everything. And I was coming up to turn. I nearly drove on. I nearly drove past. I can't do this. But no, I turned in, and as I turned in, I saw about 25 people all sitting having a barbecue, and it was like, oh my golly gosh. And yeah, it went from shaking to like, yeah, from really shaking. But I kept my calm, I kept my nerve. And obviously, here's a picture of Alan, who is the examiner, who is a fantastic examiner. He sat me down and talked through what he wanted me to do. And he come across with a sense of calm across me, which is what I needed. Even though when I stepped up to the line, I was still nervous and shaking in bits and pieces. I didn't want to get any video footage, so I didn't do any filming and everything else, just because it was just all about the A Cert and nothing else. In fact, when I walked up to the flight line with Alan, I actually forgot about the 25 odd people sitting behind me, literally watching me do my A Cert. It was basically me, Alan, the plane, and the air. Yes, and I did all the bits and pieces he asked me to. But we've done everything else, figure of eights, coming back and down, landing, taking off, all that sort of lovely stuff that you do in your A Certificate. And then a ton of questions, safety questions afterwards, and all that sort of thing. And yes, he basically said, Chris, you passed. And honestly, I thought I would be doing cartwheels and bits and pieces, but it took at least a day to sink in. I was worried, no, someone's going to contest it. I wasn't that good, blah, blah, blah. But yes, I'm ecstatic. And there has been loads and loads of people that have helped me on the way, including everybody, all my subscribers. And honestly, I thank you for all your comments, for G'ing me on, pushing me. I know it's only an 8 certificate, and many of you in America don't have that sort of certification. But in the UK, with the BMFA fields, which the BMFA fields means that most of them, well, I think all of them, don't have a height restriction. So you can fly, obviously within safety as any aircraft or anything coming past. But unlike, you're only allowed up to 400 feet in anywhere else, and all the other sort of Article 16, 50 feet from people, etc., etc., etc. But I do really owe a huge lot to George from Formax, who has gone out his way to push me over the last hurdle, as to say. A lot of the work was done with Paul Heckles, which got me to the state of understanding how air goes over the wing, etc., etc. It wasn't just how to fly, it's how are you flying, and basically he says you're the pilot, the plane flies itself. You are piloting an aircraft from the ground. So there's lots more into it, and I really went into deep. But the journey doesn't stop there. Oh no. Now it's time for my B certificate. Oh yes. I'm aiming for my B Cert. I want to be a precise pilot. And that's what the B certificate's all about. And then, yes, God help everybody else. I would like to teach people then. Yes, I would want to teach the younger generation. Anyway, if you're getting out and it's not terribly windy, it's not terribly rainy, but it's flying or boating or carring weather, then get out there. But if you do, keep safe, be safe, but most of all, have fun and spread the fun. Tell the younger youth of today there's some fun out there to be had. Oh, yes. Listen. Thanks for supporting me for the A certificate journey. Hoping you'll support me for the B certificate journey. And we'll be flying a lot of aircraft. Listen, thanks for popping by, and thanks for all your time and watching and everything else. I really do appreciate it. You have a great time now. Ta-da.